Hello, bonjour. Today I'm doing a slightly different video, not that my videos are all the same. I'm a little bit excited. We're going on holiday very, very soon, and I'm needing to check through my bag just to see what I can take. We are travelling by plane, and as we very often do, we travel as cheap as we can. And in doing that, it does mean that we forfeit how much luggage we can take. We always try and travel as cheap as we can, so it's not new to us. Although this is a fairly newish challenge because of flying, because we can't take any extra luggage. We need to keep our carry-on luggage within the boundaries of the airline. We are travelling with Volotea, and they limit the carry-on luggage to 10 kilogram. When I first heard this, I thought, how am I going to do that? So you start looking at videos on YouTube and find that there's a lot of people that have obviously done this sort of thing all the time, and they recommend what to take, what not to take. But it's quite a personal thing. Yeah, you can only take some tips from them and then do what you need to do. By the way, don't do a double take. Yes, I've had my hair cut. What do you think? I love it. I've got such a good hairdresser, and I know this cut is going to be good and it's going to be manageable, which is going to be perfect for holiday. And if it does turn out to be very warm, I'm going to be a lot cooler than I was with it being longer. So I'm going to show you it's a backpack actually that we're taking. We actually bought these backpacks about 3 years ago, and we've not really, I think we might have used them once before, and we were travelling by car then. We just decided to limit ourselves on how much we took as almost like a practice run really. Initially we bought them because we were going to be travelling by train across Eastern Europe for about a month, and obviously we didn't want to be traipsing around with suitcases. So we planned and got quite a few bits and pieces for that holiday, and then COVID struck. So that was that. So I'll now show you what the bags are, and I'll show you what I'm packing and hoping that we deal with it. When I come back, I shall tell you whether I struggled or whether I found it really easy. Right, let's have a look at the bag. Right, this is our bag. As you can see, it's Osprey, a very good make. We wanted it to be tough and not to break on us while we were travelling. So it opens nicely like a suitcase. In this part, we've got just bits and pieces really. I've got these soap leaves. I don't know if you've ever seen them. It's obviously very light, no inconvenience to carry. Just thought I'd take them in case we ever get to a public toilet and there's no soap or something. So there's that. A shower cap, which I'm probably not going to use, but it doesn't weigh anything. Face mask in case, or eye mask in case it's dark or light in the room and I need to block the light out. I've got these washing. This is like a laundrette soap bar, so I can wash clothes with that. That's a belt. I'm not sure I'm going to need it, but probably. Both Duncan and I have got one of these. It's just a little like a money pouch that you can wear underneath your clothes. I'm not sure whether I'll use it or not, to be perfectly honest. It's okay for men, but if I wear this under my t-shirt, I've got to then lift my t-shirt up, or even worse, my dress, if I wear it under my dress, and I'm not sure everybody want to see everything underneath. Or I have to go into the nearest facilities and take the money out that way. But generally Duncan carries the money, and I'm quite happy with that. He's prepared to do that anyway. So But I'm going to put it in the bag because, again, it weighs nothing, no harm in taking it. I think it's all that's in that compartment. Now we've got these packing bags. We bought these off of Amazon, and you can get compression ones which have 2 zips. You do 1 zip and then you do another zip which flattens it even more, which is great if you've got a very small pack or if you really need to take a lot more, so it takes up a lot less space. So it's a bit like those vacuum bags in a way. So yeah, in this bag I've got 1 dress, which is it's a cotton muslin sort of dress. I've got 1 top that I bought this top. It's just cotton. I bought this in a second-hand clothes shop when we was in Nîmes in the south. Just a plain white V-neck t-shirt. I bought this top recently. I wasn't going to buy anything new, but I was in this shop and I really loved it. It's just like a loose-ish blouse, little neckline, very lightweight, and I just love it because navy and white is just always so fresh, isn't it? And I think it will travel fairly well. It's got some screwed up bits in there, but you know, I would say most places we're going to are probably going to have an iron, so I'm not too worried about that. This will never need an iron. You've probably seen this one before. It's just a loose over top that I made years ago, and it's just wearing so well, and it's just so easy to wear. And then this is the dress. So I rolled them all up. It just seems to be a better way to pack them. Then here they've got these straps that hold it all in tight as well. Then you've got, oh, excuse me. In here I've got 4 camisole tops. I love camisoles, they're so versatile. I wear them in the winter underneath jumpers, and they will do as a second layer if it's a chilly day, or I can wear them just as they are. I can wear them just as they are if it's really warm. But to say, camisoles are just so versatile, it's great. And say there's 4 of those, and I'm taking 4 pairs of trainer socks, because I've decided to take a pair of trainers which I will wear on the journey and probably quite a lot of the time, and a pair of sandals which I bought on holiday last year because I couldn't find anything comfortable that wasn't plastic and was going to make my feet sweat, but I'll show you those in a minute. So that's another compression, or not compression, but another packing bag. And in this one, I'm not going to open it, but it's just basically I've got 1 black bra, 1 beige and 1 white, and then I've got 4 pairs of knickers in there. After many discussions with Duncan, decided that 4 pairs was enough because I can, after say 3 days, I can start thinking about washing bits and pieces, depending on where we're staying at the time. But I can wash them, get them dry, and then I've got a few more days with them, and it's a lot less for me to carry on my back. Not a lot less, but a bit less. Then next we've got my pyjama shorts that I made from a sheet, and I will wear those with an older camisole top for night time. I've got a pair of black leggings. I don't want to unroll everything, it would take me forever to put it back. But yeah, black leggings. I was wearing some the other day and thought they would be a good idea because they'll keep me warm if it's a chilly day. But other than that, they're just easy to wear, aren't they? And because they're black, they're going to go with everything I'm taking. And a similar vein, cycling shorts, which they're only called that, but they're just basically short leggings in navy, and they'll go with most of what I'm taking. Then I've got white shorts. These are shorts that I actually created out of a pair of cropped trousers that I had. So I sort of shortened them and made them into shorts. And I've got a white, very loose cardigan, which is very, very good to wear. I mean, I've had this for years actually, but it's long sleeve cardigan with a sort of a waterfall hem to it, and it's in like a t-shirt material, and that's again just easy to travel with. Then I've got a white shawl, which I can actually, or say shawl come scarf, I can actually wear that around my shoulders if it gets chilly. Then I've got a pair of denim shorts. I did originally I did have about 4 pairs of shorts. Duncan sort of said, well, they're quite heavy. You're the one that's got to carry it. It's up to you. Do you really need that many? Because obviously, being a man, Duncan's not taking that many clothes. I mean, if he could, he'd wear one outfit the whole time. No, he's not that bad, but he's definitely not taking anything like as many changes of clothes as I am. So I've just had to rethink it, and I'm going to quite enjoy the challenge really, to see how much I can do without, because we have done it before. We've gone with less. When we went to Lanzarote last year, we had to take really small bags, and we managed it, and I even managed to bring stuff home that I hadn't worn, so it can be done. So next, this is a shoe bag that I made. I made it from a shower curtain, and obviously put pink shoes on so we knew it was my bag. And in here is the sandals I just mentioned. Some would say they're quite grannified, and I have to face up to matters. I am now 64 years old. But it's comfort when you get to my age, and these are very soft, spongy inner soles, and they've got just a small wedge on them because I can't wear a high heel anymore, but I can't wear flat either, so they're just a nice height. So it took a long time to search for those, trying to find a leather top rather than plastic. So there's them. This is a blow-up neck cushion. Believe it or not, I've not bought it to use on my neck. I've got it because I use a sort of a wedge-shaped cushion between my knees to sleep at night, because it keeps my back straight and stops me getting pains in my hips or whatever. It's too bulky to take with me. So I've been trying to find a blow-up cushion, and I thought a neck cushion would probably be perfect, that I can inflate and deflate as we travel. But that one is a bit disappointing because the back of the neck, doesn't inflate. So I'm not sure how suitable that's going to be, and I am a bit concerned about that it's plastic and it might make me sweat, but I'm going to look into it and I shall see how we go. Otherwise, maybe I can find another way of sleeping. I don't know. But anyway. So, yeah, so that's the bag. Do that up again. Then we've got the front pocket. Sorry. What have I got in here? Oh, it's just a mosquito plug-in I'm taking. Earplugs that I'm taking. Hopefully to block out noise. Again, it's hard to find one that suits my ear because they tend to fall out. This bag, you can see there's an aeroplane on it. We bought these and they are obviously suitable for planes, and my toiletries will go in there. I'm not taking an awful lot. I was going to take makeup remover and some makeup remover pads that I made, and then I decided I would just decant my good face wash into a smaller bottle, and I'm going to take that because, as you probably remember, I'm not really much of a makeup person, so I decided that really my face wash is ample enough to take off the concealer and makeup powder and lipstick that I wear. There's nothing really that caked on that I need a makeup remover. So that's what I'm doing there. I've got a tiny I don't know if you can see in there. Got a tiny bottle of perfume in there, which is like an old, really like one of those tiny bottles you got from Avon, and it's a perfume that I used to wear. So it's not my favourite, but I don't like to go out without perfume on. Also, it's not, I think, to do with age, because, you know, not everybody, but some people have to take medication all the time, and you need to travel with your medication. So I've got all my pills in a plastic bag. I've kept them in the foils rather than take them out and put them in a container, because this was a lot smaller than my normal pill container. Sharon, actually, I'll show you. Sharon found these little pill pouches on Amazon, and they're great. They say AM, PM and other on them, and so you have one for each day and mark on them which pills they are or whatever. And so I just had a couple offer just to take some extra little pills that I didn't really want to take a box of. So that works out really well. So they're a good buy. I think she found them on Amazon. So I said I don't wear a lot of makeup, so literally all I'm taking is my concealer, my mineral powder, which is multicoloured and it's supposed to cover up all blemishes, with a brush, and my 24-hour lip gloss lipstick. That's all I need, really, and that's really only for my confidence, I suppose, because I don't like wearing makeup, but I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious these days with the blemishes that keep appearing on my skin, and they do the job. So I'll be taking those. Whether I decide in the end I can't be bothered to put it on when I'm there, possible. I mean, when you think about it, these people I'm going to see on holiday, it's highly unlikely I'm never going to see them again, so why do I worry? You know, it's the same with the clothes. All the clothes, I'm thinking, do they go together? I'm trying to do them so they can all cross over and go together at some point. But realistically, I know Duncan doesn't care, and I know Sharon doesn't care. And they're the only people with me that are important that I worry about that. So I shouldn't worry, really, should I? Next, we've got hat. Wasn't sure what hat to take, because I mean this isn't a lightweight hat, but it does put up with being crushed basically. But if I decide I can't fit it in my bag, I will just wear it to the airport. I like it because it's got the cutout at the back, so it doesn't keep popping off every time you move your head, and it's got a strap inside. You see there, it's you can tie it tighter to your head. I'm as makes sense, wear the heavier stuff to the airport. So not that that many of my clothes are that heavy, to be perfectly honest, but I decided the other day I went and bought some leggings. Well, I bought one lot, and the first lot I got to the size I thought I was, and within an hour they weren't leggings anymore, and they were so baggy I decided to go back and get a smaller size. And so I bought these. I don't think I've bought anything so bright ever. And I'm never really a pink person, but I have started to wear it in recent years. They are very comfortable. Because they're a size smaller, I think they're going to be a bit snug for an hour or so. But going by the other pair that I bought, I think they'll sort of give me some space after a little while. And I never thought I'd wear pink or purple, and I started wearing purple as well. But I've got this top. Sharon and I had a tie-dye day with her daughter and her partner the other day, and I did this. I mean, I love purple, but it's not something I wear very often. And yeah, so I've made this t-shirt, or dyed this t-shirt, should I say. I didn't make the t-shirt. And as Sharon says, I've got a target on my back. But I thought I'm going to put those two together to wear on the plane, because once I bought this I won't take it out of this pouch, but it's basically a knee-length shower-proof coat. It cost me $6.99 from our little NOS shop. It was the only one in there, and it just happened to be my size, which was great. It folds down into its own pocket, and I thought, well, those colours go together, so I'll obviously pink and white and purple there, so I thought I'll wear that with my pink and purple on the plane with my trainers. Yeah, so that's about it with my bag. When I last weighed my bag, it was around, I think, about 5 kilograms. So I'm going to weigh it in a minute and see how much it comes to now, and if I have to take anything out. So I'll go and grab the scales. Also, before I do my weighing, obviously I need to take phone chargers, camera chargers, and things like that basically, and headphones I'm taking, just again, much like the earplugs, it's to block out any noise that may stop me sleeping. At least one of the hotels we're staying in is in the centre of town, chosen purposely because it's the centre of town, because then we haven't got to walk far, but there's obviously that chance that it may be a bit noisy. So we're keeping all the electrical bits in a bag so that when we get to the security part of the airport, we can just take out, as they ask you to, any medications, any electricals, anything like that, put them in the tray. So it's easy for me to just grab the bag of pills and the toiletries when I've done those, and just put them, on there. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit more convenient instead of suddenly rummaging around trying to find everything. We also bought ourselves a power pack this time for taking with us, so that, because we're bound to do a lot of filming and things like that, so we need another spare or charger for the camera. And we managed to find a small one that doesn't weigh too much. Sharon was saying the other day her power pack weighs more than anything else in her bag. So we did purposely get a lighter one. I'm not carrying it, Duncan will be carrying it, but even so, it's neither of us want to be weighing it down too much. Right, as you can see, I've got everything back in. These straps compress it nicely. You wouldn't think there was that many clothes in there now, would you really? So I'm going to zip it up. I'm going to put you down for a minute, I've got more straps to do up. Right, so I've got these straps as well, which pull up nice and tight, so they make it quite thin. That way, if we get to the airport and they say, you have to put it in that little square thing, they have to see if it fits in there, it'll fit under your seat basically. So that helps to compress it enough for that. I'm probably telling a lot of you stuff you already know, but I'm just wanted to tell you what I'm doing, and also I wanted to compare with showing what I'm taking, and when I come back whether it worked or not. So yeah, so now I'm going to quickly stick it on the scales before the battery on my phone dies, and we'll see how much it comes to now. I've got these little portable scales. Right, here we go. So it's 7 kilograms. So a little tiny bit more than it was last time. And I did think before filming to reduce it and take a few bits out, which I had wanted to take, but then I thought, no, get real, Jan. So I was just wondering, have you ever done this? If you ever had to travel light? Are you able to travel light? It's not always easy, but I quite enjoy the challenge, really. Also, what do you do to prepare before going on holiday? I tend to like to make sure that my house is clean and tidy and dusted, so when I come back in, I just come in and it's a lot more pleasant than turning up and thinking, oh, I wish I'd washed that up, or I wish I'd put that away. and I like to try and make my change the bed linen and things like that just before we go, so that when I come back it's fairly fresh. So there's all these silly things. Some people think you're mad because you think, well, if you're not going to be there, you won't see it. But it's that coming back home again that it's just much more pleasant, you know, rather than coming back and say, oh, back to the grind. And it's the same with the garden, preparing down there, make sure everything's cut back. We've set up a watering system for the tomatoes in the polytunnel because we don't want them dying on us. The rest of it, we are taking a risk because we've not set up a watering system everywhere. Who knows, the neighbour might decide to water for us, but we're certainly not going to ask him because he's got enough to deal with his own garden. So yeah, so that's that. Other than that, it's the usual, making sure people that people know the flights we're on and when we're coming back, all that sort of thing, in case there's a need for them to know. That Sharon's had to get the cats looked after, and the neighbours looking after the chickens. There's all these extra things you have to think about, and extra cost if you've got pets as well, putting them in kennels and things like that. Which is part of the reason we don't have pets. It's it might sound selfish, but we'd rather have to think about us too, rather than have to worry about pets and things like that. Especially myself, obviously I've gone through years of being with 4 children, and it's just nice to have that little bit of freedom. I can't think of anything else really. Just really, asking how you travel. Where are you going on holiday this year? If you're going, we're feeling very fortunate to be able to do this holiday. I said in a previous video that we've gained a few days because of the general strikes and that have been happening in France recently. So a benefit to us, but not to everybody, obviously. I will be filming on holiday, and I will put it up on a separate video on a separate day rather than my normal Tuesday videos. I decided to do that because some viewers want to see it, but there's going to be a lot of people that don't want to. So I thought I'll put it up on a separate day alongside my normal video, so that if anybody wants to look, they can look. And if you're thinking of going to Italy or just curious about Italy and the places we're visiting, you can tune in for that. I would say I'm going to video most days, as everybody does on holiday, at least taking pictures, and tell you where I am and our experiences. So yeah, I just thought of something else. Our bags have to be 10 kilograms maximum, and we read that we could take another bag and that we thought that could be 10 kilogram as well, but it's not. It's 10 kilogram for both bags. So that made it even more of a challenge, because we obviously want to be able to bring things back should we find anything that we want to bring back. So the idea is keeping this bag low, and we take an extra bag. I've got a very lightweight backpack. I'll see if I can find it to show you. Sadly, I can't find it, but we bought it in Decathlon. It's a sports shop. I don't know if you've got one near you, and it's very, very lightweight. But it takes 10 litres. It says in basically volume. So as long as I keep it within my 10 kilograms, I should be able to use that to bring stuff back. And I'm also using that little backpack for during the day to carry stuff around, like I'm going to take my little raincoat and a hairbrush and my camera, or say my phone, because I'm going to be carrying the camera. Yeah, so just anything I think I might need during the day, but it won't be much, and it's a concern because we keep being told about pickpockets and stuff, people stealing people's bags and things. So it's a concern, but if I can, I will wear it on the front. But otherwise, I don't know there won't be anything that much valuable in my bag, put it that way. Duncan, there will be, and it's difficult for a woman wearing it on the front, isn't it? Because we're not flat at the front. Well, I'm not. We've also bought, I'll show you, we've also bought padlocks. We've got 2 on each bag, which, again, if you really thought about it, you'd think, well, if they wanted your bag, they'd just grab it and run. but it's also leaving it in the apartment when we're not there. We thought Duncan's idea is if we make sure they're all padlocked together, thinking is it's unlikely that someone will go in and take three bags. It'll be a bit obvious running off with them. So I don't know. You can only take the precautions that you think of, and that's it. And that's it really. Yeah, Duncan will be carrying passports, money, and camera and everything. He likes to have that responsibility and know that he knows where it is, and I have no objection to that. So, okay then. I just wanted to speak to you. I said about this being a backpack, but you're probably thinking there's no straps on that. But this bag, I've put it in there now, and it took a little while to get in there, but all the back straps, the waist straps and the top straps are all behind this zip. So you don't have to carry it as a backpack. And then you've got a choice of carrying it with this handle or like you would a suitcase, like that. And because we won't be wearing it as a backpack until we get off the plane, I'll probably keep it like that. And so yeah, once we start to do the train trips and things like that, then it'll become a backpack. So I'm quite pleased with this bag, and say it's like living my youth that I didn't have. I never did any backpacking as a youth, and so it's a nice thing to do now, and help keep us fit. The idea is the more walking we do, the more Italian ice cream we can eat. I know it's not part of my diet, but it's holiday, so I'm allowed.